and I should have had my headset on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice shot.
Yeah, I'm Bill Bagby. Well, this is a marvelous, marvelous racetrack. 2.9 miles long and 15 turns. Turn 1 is very challenging because most cars can go into that thing absolutely flat. And then the combination of 13, 14, 15 entering the front straight has to be done properly because that is where you get your speed for the entire straightaway. And it's an interesting little racetrack. I've been doing it since, well, as has come up in conversation, April of 1970, and I guess we're going to get to do it through next year, the way it looks.
Danny Benzer.
Rick Hill.
I've been coming since 1987.
I came since '89.
Back in '87, I would drive my race car here, full of tires and tools, and my brother as a pit crew, Richard, and we'd race, and then we'd drive it home. Luckily, I never had any bad incidents that I couldn't drive it home.
I started out coming to Porsche Club in the street car on the street tires and then driving home on what was left. Did that for a couple of years and then fell backwards into a really lucky ride with Goodyear and Mitsubishi in showroom stock.
That was good.
Oh, it was really good. They gave us Goodyears.
Wow.
Free Goodyears. Free Goodyears, yes. So, yeah, we had a good time doing that. We'd have 60 cars in the showroom IT field.
It didn't have this this little switchback over here going onto the straight. We'd get off on the button hook and go all the way around the oval. So they've added over the years.
And of course the back section.
That was always there.
It was always there.
As long as I've been here. Yeah.
They cut it off for a while and built a wall because they thought they were going to get a NASCAR race. And there was a rule after Michael Waltrip wrecked his car so bad, hitting that opening in the wall where the gate was, they said you couldn't have a gate in a NASCAR wall. So they made that wall all the way across, and then all we ran was this little 1.8 thing in here, or the 1.9. And then they weren't getting a NASCAR race, so they sawed the wall back out. And we started using the back again. But it was cool because you go straight out of the button hook onto the banking, and you know, in a 240Z, you could go 141 mile an hour into turn 1 in a 240Z, you know, because you had such a big long run at it, you just keep going forever. And so it was a long way around there. Well, I was here with Bobby Allison. Bobby Allison came out because they had this thing called T-Rock, Texas Race of Champions. It was a jalopy race, but he came, and I can't remember who else came, but we all sat basically right there, and he was sitting on the back of a trailer, and we were all just hanging out like buds. Wow. You know, that's when he was Miller sponsored. And, you know, it's just one of those, he's the celebrity draw, so we were all drawn. It's the only big rangy racetrack anywhere in an 8-state area. I mean, we raced at COTA last year, and COTA is really cool, and it's really spectacular, and it's really smooth, and it's really well engineered, but it ain't big and rangy. You get rocking around here, and down through there into turn 1 and 2, and in the bowl in the back, and that's big rangy cojones testing stuff. Miata, we can carry 100 mile an hour into the bowl back there. The guys in the street Corvettes are going 90.
Yeah, so there's several turns on this track, and the whole fact that it's a nice flowing, high-speed track. There's no little tiny hairpins that you got to go down to second gear in. You know, it's and every other track in Texas, there's some really slow, tight turns that kind of disrupt the whole flow of the track. You know.
I mean, think about this. Those guys right there have 110 or 120 horse all in. They run the same lap time that we ran in the first generation Z06 race car. You know, the same lap time that we ran with, let's see, we were 421 horse or 425 horse, they're running it with 110 horse because it's momentum, it's corner speed. You know, it's not all just little drag races, you know.
Corey Benzer, B-E-N-Z-E-R.
First race at Texas World Speedway, right?
First SCCA race.
First SCCA, oh that's right, you've done endurance before.
Chump car, and then a little bit of WRL.
Yep.
Mainly jump car though. It's an awesome track. I wish I had more time on it, but it's just an awesome track, fast, it flows, it's an awesome track.
Control the grid, 5 minutes, please, 5 minutes. She's happy.
She ain't gonna be that enthused by the end of the day, we know that.
Getting ready for the second group of the morning. It'll be first lap white. So let's go ahead and do course check, starting with one low. Are you white and ready?
One low, white ready.
Everybody likes the long course, where we go outside
Yeah.
the oval and come on back. That's really neat out there. No, we're gonna miss it, and from a division standpoint, I'm not sure what we're gonna do to replace it. So,
And not only us racing here, I remember when I was little watching Indy cars and stuff from here. So the first time I ever came here, I was just so impressed because I had that history in the back of my head before I ever saw the place.
Well, I've been in Texas for about 10 years. This is by far my favorite track. I've seen some others come, and some are fun, some aren't so fun. This one's, it's got the combination of high speeds that I like, and it's a fun track, just a good layout. It's challenging, and when you get around here right, it just makes your day better.
Yeah.
And that's why I come here. And I've been doing it for 10 years now, and wish I could do it for another 10.
I've been here forever.
We're gonna miss it. It's a great track.
Just like Riverside, we miss it still, and it turned into a subdivision. Now we're going to lose a very famous race, the fastest racetrack in the world. We're going to lose to houses.
Well, John put me on a corner on 10 with Ed Hunter and Connie my first time in 2009, so I'm kind of a latecomer, but it was a blast and really good people.
Started coming here when it was first built in 1969. It was Texas International Raceway. My dad raced H production Bug-Eye Sprite back then. And then we've always been coming here with SCCA. And then when I got old enough to race competitively, I started road racing motorcycles. And I ran here as well as my other tracks. Both of my brothers have raced here, in either H production, and then my nephew has raced motorcycles here. So it's kind of been even though it's a 4 or 5 hour tow for us, it's been a whole. My last motorcycle race, the wife said, as I was laying between clean white sheets and doctors looking at me going, if you want to keep racing, we get a car. So here we are. This has been a neat facility. There's a lot of these motorsports ranch tracks coming out now, and that's a good thing if they can build it to handle a club type situation. Clubs, we take a lot of room up. A lot of us traditionally like to camp. One of the reasons I just kind of choked up was I wrote a little thing on Facebook about how eerie it was to be sitting here listening to a couple of generators go off, see some of the crews working in lights on their cars, and how quiet it was. And it's, to me, that's one of the little cool things about racing. It's not actually getting on the track and driving. It's the people you know, and the
The stars out here are absolutely gorgeous.
This is a cool place. Yeah. It really is. And then, MSR has it. Some of the other tracks do. If you're into club racing and if you show up, drive your car, and go to a hotel, you're missing so much of it. Yeah. And
all right.
I'm going to miss this track, yeah. But we'll make history somewhere else.
My name is Barrett Dye. So I'm really new to the sport. This is actually my second race weekend. Had a school down another track earlier this year. So still completely new to the game, learning the car, learning all about the different organizations, racing organizations, and definitely was advised I needed to get over to Texas World Speedway before it was no longer here. It's been a great weekend. The racing community is amazing. Just everyone's very, very helpful, always willing to help you out, and you can definitely tell the heritage and history that this place has and the memories that these older racers have at this track. It's going to tear a lot of these guys up pretty deep, just talking to some of them, and they get a little emotional talking about it.
My name's Mark Stansberry. I have approximately 20 years experience as a FNC corner worker with Texas region. So I've been basically coming here for the last 20 years. Sure hope that they're really not going to get rid of this place, but everybody keeps saying it's going to happen this year, this time. But yeah, it's been a lot of weekends up here. Not only working club races, but we've done a lot of the pro races and stuff that have come into town, and we're sure gonna miss the place.
Hi, this is Mahesh. So actually, this is my first day on a racetrack, volunteering. I've heard a lot of things about this track. It has got a good
Control,
legacy.
this is one high. We're white and ready.
Quite old, and it's quite famous here in Texas. So I heard that this will be gone sometime later this year, and actually I just wanted to see how this track looks like and what this all, why people praise so much about this track.
It's going away, all right, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's also called progress. I've driven the track, let's put it this way, at speed in a non-race car. It's fun. It's also illegal, but what the hell? There's a lot of memories, including never having to work at turn one again, ever. Ever. No, it's called a guardrail. Concrete. You have approximately 1 second from the time somebody screws up to the time to get on the ground.
Okay, this is
you don't have this. There's nothing I want to take away from here except right here. This is the only souvenir I want.
They're all going to be fast. And we got one stuck on the grid.
Linda Calkins. I think we came in 72 first, so that'd be 28, 38, plus another 5, 42, 43 years, something like that. As we said, we hit this track pre-kids and practically raised our kids here too. Started racing with that V and then gone through 4 or 5 others since then. Stayed in the same class the entire time. And it's a great track for almost any kind of car, whether you have a really fast one or a really a momentum class, as we refer to it, in a class with 45 horsepower or so. And it makes for a lot of close racing and a lot of drafting. At one time they ran a track here that was 3 miles long, and we used more of the NASCAR straight. And you could swap the lead under draft 2 or 3 times to the time you got from entering the track and getting around to NASCAR 1, where you dove back off of it. So there was quite a strategy involved with figuring out where to go and where to be when you were doing that, and you hoped you were in the right place. I'm pit crew. This is my pit crew. My The one who keeps me straight and nags me about the things that I'd forget about or leave to the last second.
Yes. And yesterday, our younger daughter, who grew up at the track, brought her husband and 2 sons and got to do it one more time, they thought, but they'll come back this fall again and have one more time.
Yeah, this is a really old timer here. Rick, you can drop into this.
Yeah.
Sorry about your lens.
Well, look, there's a big crack in it now. Rick Cardenas.
Okay, and you're from here, or where are you from?
Dallas.
Dallas. How about, where are you guys from?
Dallas also.
Dallas.
Yeah.
And these two also do CVAR here, in old versions of these cars.
So how long have you been coming here?
I ran here the first race.
Wow. In what car?
H Production Sprite.